Alright, let's just get into it. A few days ago, I merged the Leyndell capital wrong warp skip, and the problems caused by doing this. I messed up and did the mountaintop of the giants problems instead of the Leyndell capital problems. So I'm just going to make this video to fix that.
So there are two ways to get into the Leyndell capital early game. Both methods are a bit tricky, however one is significantly more annoying to do than the other. I'll explain them both though, and both of them require you to get to the Divine Bridge in the Leyndell capital. To get there, you can just open the trap chest that's in the Weeping Peninsula at the Tower of Return. To get to the tower, you just need to go northeast from the isolated merchant's shack, and you'll reach the tower after running for a bit. Then you just need to climb up the ladders and open the chest at the top. This takes you straight to the Divine Bridge, and now you just need to run up the stairs and rest at the Grace. Now that we're here, I can show you the different skips. The first one I'll show you is the Ruptured Crystal Tear glitch. To do this you need the Wonderful Flask and a Ruptured Crystal Tear. The easiest Ruptured Crystal Tear to get is at the Minor Erdtree at the west side of Leonia Lake. You'll need to defeat a Erdtree avatar to get it. However, since it's early game, it's quite easy to kill. Just throw fireballs at it. This is easiest to do with a light carry weight and a straight sword. Now once you have those, just walk down to the right side of elevator walkway and stand at the edge. Now just use the Wonderful Flask and walk off just as you start using it. You'll need to swing in exactly 3 seconds as you explode, and once you do, if you did it correctly, you'll survive the fall and land on the ground. This is really tricky because it needs to be perfect. If you're even a little bit off, you'll die. But once you're down here, just activate the elevator and make your way down into the round table hold. Now, there's an easier way to get into the main part of the Leyndell capital than a pixel-perfect swing. The wrong warp skip. To do the wrong warp skip, all you need to do is rest at the Grace and then head back down towards the elevator and stand where you spawned in from the trap chest. From here you just need to open your map, and you can either teleport to the round table hold or the Castlewood tunnel. The round table hold loads faster, so I recommend using the Castlewood tunnel, but it works just the same. Once the loading bar reaches 99%, you just need to close your game application. On Xbox and PlayStation, you do this by opening your console menu, then clicking on the game with the Start button and hitting Quit. For PC, you just need to hit Alt F4. However, you need to have Steam Sync turned off or be offline for it to actually work. Now, if you're on PlayStation, I recommend you use a timer to time how long it takes to load, because the HUD sucks and blocks the loading bar. And unfortunately, if you're on any other type of system like a Steam Deck, I'm unaware as to how you close your game, so I can't offer any tips. But once you load in, if you're in the same spot you were in when you closed your game, then you closed the game too early, and you need to rest at the Grace and try again. If you ended up at the Castlewood tunnel or the round table hold, then you waited too long to close the game, and you need to go back and try again. And obviously, if you ended up at the start of Leyndell capital, then you've done it correctly, and you just need to go get the Grace. It's patch 1.16 at the moment, and these have been in the game forever, so I don't think they'll be patched anytime soon. There are a few small quests that get progressed or ruined by doing these skips. They're not that important, but I'll link the video on that in the description. I may forget. Let's hope I don't. If I do, just drop a comment, and I'll add it as soon as I see it. I'm recruiting you to remind me of my job, so don't fuck up. Anyway, so I made a video on the repercussions of doing the wrong warp skip for the other 3 wrong warps, so I figured I should also do one for Leyndell capital. And I realized while making the last video that I probably could have done this all in one video, but I was already in too deep. So just like before, I'll mention some quests in the capital and let you know if wrong warping here early causes any problems in your quest. I, however, will not be showing you how to do the wrong warp itself. Instead, I'll link another video on that in the description. Let's hope I remember. So obviously the Leyndell capital is one of the most important areas in the game, and it's a place that most people want to get to quickly because of all of the good items that litter the street. Personally, I only ever bum rush here to get a somber smithing stone plus down in the shunning grounds. But there's only a few quests that get ruined by wrong warping here, and only one of them relates to one of the ending quests. So the first one is Yura. If you go to Leyndell capital, you'll miss Yura's quest, and you can no longer do it. It's honestly not that big of a deal, I don't think, since while he certainly does help out a lot, if what you want is his katana, all you need to do is go to the campfire at Seaside Ruins. And now the second quest to get ruined, Boggart, our favorite prawn dealer. If you get to Leyndell capital before doing his quest, you can no longer do it, because Raya will leave the lake and go back to the volcano manor, and that means you get no crabs or prawns. And this also stops you from getting a seedbed curse, meaning you have to collect both of the ones in the Halig tree. Then there's Diallos. If you go to Leyndell capital through the wrong warp skip, his quest will cancel and you won't be able to do his quest at all, unless you progressed far enough in his quest. Until he enters Volcano Manor, you can't go to the Atlas Plateau at all. And when it comes to Bok, our seamstress, his quest doesn't seem to be ruined, no matter how far you progress. So you don't need to worry about that. And finally, Melina. If you don't accept her as your maiden before you make the trek, then she won't even pop up at any grace, and you'll have to come back to the gatefront grace, unless you plan on going maidenless. But those are the only quests that I noticed get ruined by doing this wrong warp. I felt the need to add Bok in, because he's basically our mascot, a cute little guy that can alter our clothes for us. So anyway, I'll be ending the video here. I hope you found it helpful, and if you made it to this point, then thanks for sticking around. Also, if you did happen to find this video helpful, or maybe even enjoyable, then please consider giving this video a like and subscribing. It would really help out the channel and mean a lot to me. Until next time,